If you were to ask me, one of the most important things that most players in Madden lack on the defensive side of the ball is a sneaky blitz that can reliably get pressure on an offense when they go 5 out.
Sneaky little hobbitses.
I'm not talking about a meta blitz where you stack your corners on the edge or you pinch your linebackers and make it look like pressure's coming.
Wicked, twitzy, fierce.
I'm talking about something that your opponent has no idea is coming, so they're more likely to send everybody out on a route. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a blitz meta that flew under the radar in January and just didn't really manifest itself that much in competitive gameplay. And to be honest with you, I don't know why. What is up, guys? Dan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys a very, very simple blitz concept. It only sends 3 at the quarterback.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
You can customize your coverage behind this blitz, and it's something that can reliably get to the quarterback when your opponent goes 5 out or goes to those pesky empty sets. I know that a lot of us have had games where our opponents in the middle of the third or the fourth quarter just say, screw it, I'm going to go into empty and I'm going to throw seams all game long. And for some reason, it can kind of work every now and then against us. I know that we've all been there before, but in today's video, we're going to talk about the 2-3-6 will. Now, the 2-3-6 will is a defensive scheme that is found in a few different defensive playbooks. The one that I am in here today is the Baltimore Ravens. You could also find it in the Bucks, Falcons, Steelers, and Titans defensive playbooks. And this is actually a formation that is pretty popular due to the edge blitz loop meta. Now, the edge blitz loop meta was pretty solid during the Madden Bowl, but a lot of players figured it out, and this meta quickly disappeared. There was another blitz meta out of the 2-3-6 will that a lot of players had no idea existed, and we talked about it on gridirongameplans.gg. Now, speaking of gridiron, I put out the best loop blitz in Madden 22 because the 2-3-6 will is solid, but you can roll out away from the loop blitz. I've got something that is even better, something that you can customize the coverage behind it, and it is really, really tough on your opponent. So go check out the Vault update. But in this particular tip, we're going to only be rushing 3, which is really, really nice. So the first thing that I want to recommend is calling the play known as cover 3 lock. Now, cover 3 lock is actually really nice because it is a coverage that does a good job against bunch and empty sets because you individually man up the most important player in those formations. So let's start off with an empty offense like the Bengals tend to run, empty trio. And we'll start with something that is pretty seam heavy, or, you know, you want to take care of that middle option on the trip side, right? So with this particular defense, what is important to remember is that you must QB contain with this. You're going to QB contain, and then you are going to take your user, and it's going to be the left of screen user, and you are going to blitz him. And with this particular tactic, when the ball is snapped, you must let the computer take a couple steps with your safety before you control him. Now, being that originally in this defense, we were in a cover 3 shell, because I blitz my user and I have to let him run down at the line, I think it's very, very important that you make sure to replace your middle third. So it would make sense in this defense because I am running down towards that hook curl that this player reader is in. Go ahead and replace that assignment. Put him in the middle third, and then you take over his hook curl role in this defense. Now, the rest of this is up to you. This is actually the pressure. Now, what you can expect out of this from a pressure standpoint is either a free edge loop around the left tackle or a pinball effort, which will result in him coming in through the B gap. Either way, the pressure is quick and it's only sending 3 at the quarterback. So let's snap the ball, let the computer take control, and then peel back into your assignment.
Cheat you, hurt you, lie.
You see right there that Von Miller came off that left edge and got to the quarterback for a sack. Very, very simple. Again, all you have to do is QB contain, blitz your user, pass commit, and then make coverage adjustments. So in that previous example, you saw the seam flat matched. If you didn't want that player to match, you could maybe go ahead and shade your coverage down. Obviously, with this being a zone style blitz, trapping some throws to the quick flat would be advisable. You could go ahead and individually man up players. So if you wanted to put this linebacker into man coverage on the inside tight ends, that way they can't hike throw a seam to him, that would be advisable as well. But again, when the ball is snapped, you let the computer run for you, and then you take over the role in the middle of the field as a hook curl defender. You see right there that we're able to get to the quarterback. Thank you for checking out this free content over here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure that you guys also check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we go over the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counteract those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every game plan on the site all year long for just a low price of $9.95 a month, and you guys get access to our Discord channel, where we have members of the Gridiron Game Plans community chatting daily, helping each other get better at the game. And this also includes a lab session every single Wednesday night on the channel. So make sure you guys go over to the website. If you guys are looking for the best escape artist defense in the community, you have to look no further. gridirongameplans.gg. Now back to the video. If you were to ask me, cover 3 lock is the best defense to run this out of. It is the most consistent, but it is not the only defense that you can run this out of. You can actually modify this and run this out of some other defenses, say, for instance, maybe the cover 2 sink. The cover 2 sink, once again, will go into an empty offense, let's say like 4 verticals. And with this particular approach, you'll notice that this linebacker actually lines up a little wider than he did in the cover 3 lock, which is, you know, it kind of looks like that. You also see that that other player kind of pinches in. A little bit of a different look here for this, but you could, if you want to, run the same concept. So with this particular setup, my recommendation would be to maybe call an inverted cover 2. So because you have to blitz your deep half safety, go ahead and invert the cover 2 by putting the outside corner in a deep half. You could go ahead and place this player into a flat if you'd like to. You could also leave him in his vert hook. I think that the vert hook is one of the better zones in Madden, but you do need a flat zone. So taking this linebacker and putting him into a flat zone would be advisable. So you kind of create this hybrid cover 2. The right side is a cover 2 defense. The left side is a cover 2 invert. Again, you're going to QB contain, pass commit, and control the safety. When that ball is snapped, let the computer run. You see right there, we got that pinball effort, but unfortunately he didn't get through. So again, when I talk about the cover 3 lock, that is far and away the more consistent defense as it pertains to how this behaves. Now, let me go ahead and respot the ball. I'll try to get another example of this cover 2 sink to work for you guys. So again, you blitz your safety, go ahead and contain, make your coverage adjustments as you see fit, pass commit. So here's what our defense looks like. We snap this ball, run down. You see that he pinballs through, but it didn't work. Again, you're going to want that outside loop. A little bit easier to get that outside looping effort. So if I were to go back, say, to the cover 3 lock, if you wanted to customize this out of cover 3 lock, it would require a little bit of effort, but you could go ahead and do something like this. Shade your coverage down, put your outside corner on the left into a deep half. Go ahead and blitz your user, and then just turn this side into a cover 2. Again, a little bit tougher to do, but it is possible. And, you know, you get a solid effort out of this. So now you're in basically the same defense, but you've done a bunch of adjustments to your shell. If somebody's quick snapping you, this is a lot tougher to get away with. But again, you see right here, there's that pinball effort that we were looking for. For some reason, doing it out of cover 3 lock is just flat out better. So that is kind of how this works. What's really nice about this is that you don't really need any crazy pass rushing skills to do this. It's just basically a free runner disengage style blitz. And it's also really, really nice against the bunch when your opponent wants to go 5 out. So let's head over to the bunch, which obviously is extremely, extremely popular. And we'll go 5 out of this. I would recommend running this style of defense. Obviously, anytime you notice that the running back and tight end are running routes, this is going to be free at the quarterback. A lot of players are very, very heavy on their checkdowns in bunch, but I'll tell you why this is a nice defense for bunch is because you individually man up the point man on the bunch. This is the player that runs the corner routes, the crossing routes. Very, very important player to be able to man up. So if you guys want to take a player that is a good man coverage player and base out of this defense, I would highly recommend putting a good man coverage player here. But once again, with this particular style, you could go ahead and change your coverage down. That's going to give you some pretty solid flat support on both sides. If that running back in or out route is something they spam, it's going to make your hook curls play a little bit more aggressive underneath for those running back routes. And again, all you have to do is blitz your user, QB contain, and I would highly recommend replacing your middle third, because you can't be in the middle of the field. Somebody needs to be there. So in this situation, once again, you're replacing that hook curl defender, pass commit. Here's the ball being snapped, and then you just hang out underneath in that hook curl. You could take that crosser if you wanted to. It's a really, really solid blitz that you could run. So again, with this particular meta, this is a really, really solid option. I do want to show you one other play here in the bunch just very, very quickly that this particular style of defense is great against. As you guys know, the curl flat corner or the Z spot corner is very, very popular because it clears zone drops. If you guys were to set a 30-yard blue zone, obviously that corner route can get over the top of that. That is why having the man coverage is really, really important. So I'm going to run Z spot and go. Again, in cover 3 lock, you can run this. And you're going to want to make sure that you have the man coverage side on the bunch side. So once again, with this particular defense, typically it's a streak, corner, and a flat. So I would just play an underneath shade, blitz your user, QB contain, replace your middle third, and, you know, snap the ball. So in this situation, once again, you get a free runner. You just kind of hang out. You see Von Miller came in free off the edge, and they're going to have to, you know, hang out and try to pick this up. So really, really nice to be able to have this as an option. If you take a look at your corner route, obviously with this being manned up, he's going to stay on that route. So if they try to throw that, that could be something that is going to be covered. Again, better man coverage player. If I were using the Rams, I'd probably move Ramsey to this spot just to completely take that player out of the equation. But again, not a whole lot of time to get open when you're 5 out, because they're not going to block that left of screen rusher. I hope that you guys liked today's video. This is something that I don't know why it hasn't gained a ton of traction, to be honest with you. A lot of players run a dollar-like defense or the 2-3-6 and they don't mix this in. For what reason, I don't know, but it's a really, really good 5-out bunch blitz as well as an empty blitz. Hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the next one. Until then, this is Ann. Get in the lab and good luck.